from the top down, and the democratic process has the most strength if you try and work from the bottom up. And so I'm not talking about the county, I'm talking about clear down to the township level, to where at the township level you have in Ohio, and it's all regulated by Ohio Revised Code 504. And it says there's three types of townships. There's civil townships, limited home rule townships, and home rule townships. And in a civil township, which is what we are, you basically, the trustees don't have, a whole lot of authority to exercise resolutions, pass resolutions, and the next level up from that is limited home rule. And we looked at that and said, well, it's not really where we want to be as far as our group Preserve Rural Randolph, but it's a step in the right direction. And so what we did is started researching the Ohio Revised Code and found out as a civil township, we can initiate a citizens-led initiative to put an issue on the ballot. It's the only citizens-led initiative that a civil township can initiate. And that initiative is to put the question on the ballot, should this township have limited home rule? And the citizens then have a right to decide, do we want to have limited home rule or not? Now, the only way you can get that question on the ballot is if you meet all the legal requirements, as far as the population goes, and how, and all of the requirements to be a limited home rule government. And then you can get the issue on the ballot. And that's what we did with Preserve Rural Randolph, where we found out we had to get enough people to sign this petition to take it to the trustees, who would then certify it and send it to the Board of Elections to have the question put on the ballot. And so we did that, and when I say we, I mean she and a few other people helped her get some signatures on the petitions to get the question on the ballot. And that's where we're at now. In about 3 weeks, people in Randolph Township, when they go to vote, they will see issue 33. And issue 33 asks just that simple question: should Randolph Township have limited home rule? And if it passes, we hope that it's going to be the first step in establishing maybe a little bit more authority for the trustees to represent what the people want. Because what we've also found out is a majority of the people in our township want a community bill of rights to ban fracking and to ban injection wells. And then the debate continues. If we do get limited home rule, do our trustees have that authority? And the answer to that question is, depends on who you ask. The trustees, or some of the trustees, may say no. They have general counsel. They have legal advice that comes from our prosecutor's office. And but you have to ask, who does that prosecutor represent? The township trustees, the people of Randolph, or the corporations? And the answer is it kind of works from the top down, doesn't it? When it comes to that type of advice, to where this prosecutor is guaranteeing the rights of corporations to exercise their authority to do what our government says they have the right to do. So our hope is that when this issue does come up, when the question is on the ballot there, that our residents will have a chance to look at it and make a decision whether or not we want to proceed to give our authority, give more authority to our township trustees to represent the desires and the wishes of the residents, or whether it won't. And if it doesn't, we're going to regroup and we're going to find what else can we do to try and preserve the rights of our community, because the majority of the people do want that. And that's one of the things that we have found out when we're going out and talking to hundreds and hundreds of people in our community, that if you're sitting here and you don't know anything about fracking, that makes you very normal, because that's what we found out. Most of the people in our community don't know what fracking is all about. And that's how we usually started our contact when we did have contact with them, was, so what do you know about fracking? And well, absolutely nothing. Well, I can enlighten you a little bit if you have time. And we just go from there. And but then we also encourage people, do the research on your own. You're going to hear it from New England, or you're going to hear it from San Diego, that we don't like fracking and we think it should be banned. But you need to form your own opinion, and you need to do some research. And there's plenty of research out there that's going to show what the dangers are. So The democratic process is alive and well. It moves at its snail's pace. And it is our hope that our issue will pass. And we'll see where it goes from there. That's the end of my presentation. I'm told that we will have time for questions later if you want to do that.